You never know when he's going to throw the green flag, so you have to be up on the wheel.
These guys are up on the wheel right now. These Super Buggies are fired up, leaving a roost behind them. And here they come into Forest County, Potawatomi, turn number 1. And look at that. Looks like Meister coming all the way from the outside. Whoa, way crossed up is Michael Meister, almost looping it. That allows Trey D. Gibbs to get the whole shot. That is not good for the rest of the field. We saw what Gibbs did from the number 1 spot yesterday.
A lot of water has been put down, especially in that turn right there. Scott Schwabe having some early contact.
Wow, look at these drivers. I mean, almost looping, over-rotating, like every single driver through that gravel pit corner, you know. It's not one making a mistake, it's everybody.
Trey D. Gibbs well out in front early on this first lap here at Crandon, going underneath the finish line turn.
You got to give a lot of credit to Trey D. Gibbs. We're seeing these spins. You know, he's the one out front. He's leading the charge. He's got a virgin track. He doesn't know how to judge these corners. It is slick. And Trey D. Gibbs somehow keeping it all together and making his way through as we go through Argonne Corner. Looks like we got a shot of Michael Meister there.
Yeah, Michael Meister, multi-time champion in the Super Buggy class. I was not sure if he was going to move up for this year. He finds himself back in the class in that Ponzi number 94 ride. He's very, very fast. We'll see if he can hunt down another fast car of Gibbs, man. Oh my gosh, just the speed he's shown this weekend.
Yeah, Gibbs got that clean air. Meister, though, on the hunt. You know, yesterday Meister had to come all the way through the pack. Today, not so much. He, had a really good start there. So it's going to be interesting to see if Meister's got something in the tank for Trey D. Gibbs. But right now, Gibbs out front as we look a little bit deeper into some of the action happening here in Super Buggy. That is the number 84 there. That is J.D. Crandon.
It's like Kirkham coming into our view. Van and Elsen, another new car in the field. One of 3 cars on that race team. Boy, J.D. Crandon over-rotating as well as Kirkham does it too. It's very hard to negotiate when it's really, really wet like this. You don't want to go too fast, you don't want to go too slow.
Through Argonne Corner, up through the outer loop. Shot there, Gibbs, Meister. Hester in the 3rd spot.
Yeah, Hester's always been fast, the number 9 ride. He's sitting there in that last podium position. We still have the competition mandatory caution coming up in a couple laps. We'll see how it all shakes out as the track's starting to dry out.
Yeah, these lap times definitely going to drop as this moisture gets pushed down into the dirt. Starts to dry out a little bit. These Super Buggies definitely going to start handling a little bit better.
Mike Kirkham in the 56 trying to hold off the 66 of Chris Van den Elsen. A cool looking ride there.
Green flag remaining out. We got J.D. Crandon there, still working his way through the field, the number 84.
Such a big mind game, Jim, coming into a race like this, because you see that, you know they're going to put a lot of water down, but you have to decipher like which way you're going to go. Do I set up for the wet, slicky, slimy surface, or do I set up for the hard, brown clay surface where it's going to be called Blue Groove? You know, I mean, it's just a guessing game. You'll see as these cars perform late in the race.
It looks like Chris Van den Elsen diving down to the inside. Not going to make it happen there on JD on that corner. Looked like Vandenelsen, he may have a little bit of speed there on JD though.
Mike Kirkham going really, really wide into turn one. Going to have that inside, cannot make it stick. JD Crandon in the 84 still holding off.
Yeah, all the battles happening in the back, all the way up the front. Trady Gibbs and Michael Meister still sitting 1 and 2. Hester in the 3rd spot. But right now, the battle right here is between Kirkham and Crandon for the 4th spot.
Trady Gibbs, Michael Meister running about the same lap time, just about 300/10ths off of one another, which isn't really much.
Just to tell you how fast the leaders are, this battle we're watching right here between Crandon and Kirkham, they are 20 seconds back of Trady Gibbs right now.
Yeah, and they're about 6 seconds off of their lap times as well. So Trady Gibbs and Michael Meister are flat out flying here at Crandon once again. We figured they'd get out front. We just didn't know how quick they would grab onto that 1st and 2nd spot. And I think it's going to be a battle to the end with them two.
Absolutely. This mandatory competition caution definitely going to help all these competitors in the back. Going to regroup everything, give them another shot at running for a podium, because right now the top 3 in Gibbs, Meister, and Hester, they have checked out on the field.
Wow, that was scary. JD Crandon kind of turned into Kirkham. Mike Kirkham got around JD Crandon. We'll see if he can hold him off, and it looks like he's starting to pull away just a little bit.
Yeah, he's trying to get some speed, see if he can catch up with the leaders. Got his work cut out for him. That mandatory competition caution coming. And there it is. Competition caution for Gibbs, Meister, Hester. They are 1, 2, 3 here at the halfway point.
This will bunch things back up as we look back farther in the field. Kirkham throwing a little smoke out the side of that thing.
Yeah, it's going to be Mike Kirkham there in the 4th spot. JD Crandon in the 5th. Schwalbe going to be in the 6th now.
Scott Schwalbe, his son Ryan Schwalbe, back in the 9th place spot in the number 2 car. Trady Gibbs still out in front. It's going to be some kind of showdown to end this race in Super Buggy, because I know Michael Meister has something up his sleeve. That car is just fast every day when he brings it out. I don't care if it's at Bark River, ERX, Crandon. He's always a man to beat.
He is definitely the man to beat, you know, and you talk to Michael Meister, he is stoked to have Trady Gibbs running back here, you know. He wants to race the best. He has dominated the Super Buggy division for quite some time. Obviously, you know, guys like Hester and Steinhardt, you know, they're there too, and they're some of the top dogs in the business. But, you know, Meister's one of those guys, bring it, man. I want the best in the business racing against me. And, you know, if you ask him, he is nothing but stoked to have Trady Gibbs racing here with him.
Yeah, anytime you have good competition like that, it makes you better. Time after time, weekend after weekend. I mean, it is fun to win, don't get me wrong, but if you go out and just blow everybody away, you really don't know really how good you are. So when you bring some out West Coast boys back to the Midwest, it's going to be a showdown every time.
All right, we are under competition caution here in Super Buggy. Once again, want to wish a shout out to all the dads this Father's Day for coming out and spending us here at Crandon. You know, just got a text from our buddies at Vision Wheel. Want to give a shout out to Todd Robinson from his son Drew. So big shout out to T-Rob there at Vision Wheel, one of the big sponsors here at Crandon. And we are back, green flag racing. Trady Gibbs on the pipe. Michael Meister in the hunt.
Boy, Trady Gibbs really opened up a big lead to start this second half. Michael Meister really needed to be all over his back door to take a move on the first couple turns. He's going to have to put his head down and go to work as he's reeling him back in.
Wow, Meister, it was like he was shot out of a cannon right there. Just all of a sudden made up like 2-3 car lengths.
That's what's so cool. I say it time and time again. You really have to put runs together, and it don't just take one corner. You really have to put your pass and set it up a couple turns before. Boy, little mistake. Little mistake.
Oh, Meister way down low. Not going to make it happen through Argonne as they head out to that outer loop right now. It is Trady Gibbs with Meister laying chase. These two having an absolute battle today for the lead here in Super Buggy.
Wow, just flicking it in that turn, both of them. Trady Gibbs and Michael Meister heading back towards Forest County Potawatomi turn number 1.
You know, we were interviewing, I think it was Hool earlier today, Tiffany Stone was, and he had said, you know, she'd asked how you drive at Crandon. He goes, you put your foot on the floor, and then when you see God, you hit the brakes. And I think that's what Trady Gibbs is doing right now.
Trady Gibbs coming into the gravel pit one more time. Michael Meister in that Ponzi-backed ride trying to make it happen in front of his hometown crowd. What better place for Ponzi's to be at Crandon? Throwing a top spot down would even capitalize it even more.
Meister trying that outside inside. It wasn't there that go around. I don't think he had a good enough run to try and attempt that on Gibbs.
It's so cool about Michael Meister. We talk about him a lot and week in and week out, and actually his day job, he runs a processor, so he's a hard worker. He's out in the woods day in and week out, and I'll tell you, he's showing it on the track. It pays off just to be focused at everything in life.
I mean, almost identical lap times at this point. It looks like Michael Meister just a hair faster, 1/10 faster that time around than Trady Gibbs. Almost identical lap times. These guys absolutely battling right here as they go through turn number 1.
It's not over yet, Jim. Michael Meister is just putting on the pressure on Trady Gibbs.
Yeah, Gibbs just can't shake him. I mean, these are two of the best in the business in Super Buggy. Yeah, they are putting on a show here at Crandon. Only a couple laps remaining as they head into the gravel pit. Look how late they're braking. I mean, both of them driving so deep and so hard into that gravel pit corner.
Michael Meister might have set up his car for the second half of the race. Almost landing on the back of Trady Gibbs, goes to the inside.
Michael Meister hugging the inside, drifting to the outside, nothing there that time by. Looks like we got, I believe, 2 to go here.
Yeah, 2 to go. That time by, Trady Gibbs in that 15 still holding on to the lead. Michael really trying to make anything happen late in this race. If you're in second right now, you really have to make your move. You have to get to the back of Trady Gibbs. There's no time really left in this race. Gibbs has just been that good.
Gibbs, you got to give him a lot of credit. Meister applying a ton of pressure. Gibbs has not made a mistake. He is just hitting his marks, hitting his lines. You see him pull a tear off there.
Running that bottom line right by the K-rail in turn 1. Flying off the barn jump.
Last time by Trady Gibbs setting the fast time of the day in Super Buggy. So him and Meister alternating fast times here lap after lap.
Yeah, this is what the crowd wants to see. This is what we want to see. You want to see it battle down right to the end.
All right, white flag is out. We got 1 to go here in Super Buggy. It is Trady Gibbs and Michael Meister in an absolute slugfest here. That is Michael Hester in the number 9 in the third and final podium spot. They got a big gap over the rest of the field, but right now the show is up front with Trady Gibbs and Michael Meister. through Argonne Corner.
You still can't get to the back of him. He's been trying all race long. Kirkham's so fast. Michael Meister is too, but geez, just running out of time on the white flag lap.
Both Michael Meister and Trey D. Gibbs setting the fast time of the day that last lap. Both of their laps faster than any lap previously. These guys are pushing the limits of these super buggies here with a half a lap to go. As they come through Forest County Potawatomi, turn number 1, down in front of the grandstands. It is the home stretch down into the Yokohama Tires barn corner.
Can Trey D. Gibbs hold on to this final couple turns? They'll go hard into the gravel pit. Michael Meister is just not even in striking distance, if you ask me. He'll probably try and run a different line as he does. But Kirkham's running that fine line up on the cushion. He's going to get a heck of a run out, fly off the Polaris jump, and head towards the checkered flag.
Yeah, 1 corner to go. Trey D. Gibbs trying to hold off Michael Meister. Meister not going to have enough. It is going to be Trey D. Gibbs with a sweep on the weekend in the Ponzi Super Buggy division. Michael Meister finishing up in second. And it looks like Michael Hester going to have a solid third place podium finish. So Gibbs, Meister, Hester, 1, 2, 3 in Ponzi Super Buggy action. Mike Kirkham going to finish up in the 4th spot as well. Scott Schwalbe going to round out your top 5 in Ponzi Super Buggy. Great battle there up front with Trey D. Gibbs and Michael Meister. A couple of best in the business doing battle out here for you fans at Crandon. That one did not disappoint. And we are going to keep the action rolling here at this 26th annual Forest County Potawatomi Brush Run. Just getting done with Ponzi Super Buggy. We'll catch up with our winners here in just a few minutes. And then we're going to roll into Pro Light. And then right after 6 o'clock, the big finale, what you've been waiting all weekend for. We have the 26th annual Forest County Potawatomi Community Cup Challenge. Going to pit the best Pro 2 and the best Pro 4 drivers in the country against each other head to head. And we are going to see who walks away with top honors. So that's still to come this afternoon. Pro Light and the Community Cup Challenge still on tap. Taking a look at the fans. I think we've got more fans in attendance right now than we have all weekend long. Everybody filling in, coming in for the campground because that means the Community Cup Challenge is coming very, very soon. The one race you do not want to miss. Everybody got their chairs there. They have been sitting there all weekend long. They've got their spaces marked and definitely don't want to miss that Cup Challenge. We are only 1 race away from that. Before we get to that, though, we got an epic Pro Light Battle Royale that's going to happen right here on the long track at Crandon. All right, and with our top 3 in Ponzi Super Buggy, we're going to throw it down to Tiffany Stone.
We got our top 3 here. Trey is just getting everything settled. It seems like he had an amazing race, took that whole shot. He kind of had to look back a little bit because Michael Meister was on his way. But Trey, make your way out of here. Walk us through what happened. You took that whole shot, and then you kind of went away with it. And it seems like you've been having a great weekend here for the sweep. How do you feel?
Oh, it's just a great feeling to come out here to Crandon and get the win both days. But that start was definitely interesting. I started all the way on the outside, and, I knew I had to get a good jump on Meister, and me and him were side by side coming in the corner, and he ended up getting together with another guy, and I don't know what all happened, but I kept my eyes up and went out to the front and never looked back. Just kind of kept running a smooth race, really focusing on hitting my marks, and, we held it all together. I was feeling the pressure from him a couple times, but, we kept it together, no mistakes, and wound up on top.
Well, I've been talking to a bunch of drivers, and they've been saying that the Argonne back there in gravel pit's been giving some troubles. Obviously, you guys were on the long course again today. Was there any part that was giving you a little bit more trouble, or a part yesterday that gave you some trouble and you're like, today I got it?
Yesterday was actually a pretty good day. All around felt pretty good in the car and driving and smoothness-wise. But today, the track was just a little bit different and was struggling in some parts here and there. But overall, I believe learn some good things so we can come back here in the fall and hopefully do the same thing this weekend. But, I just want to give a huge thanks to all the crew who gets me out here, Justin, Trevor, everyone who, my whole team gets me out here, Bill Stein, Method, KB Engineering, Self-Made Training Facility, Rugged Radios, And anyone else forgot, thank you guys so much.
Well, you've done it here. You brought a little of the West Coast out. Nice job. Heading over and talking to our second place podium finisher, Michael Meister. I saw that land rush start. You were almost about to get that whole shot. Seemed like you over-rotated just a tad. Was that it or not? Or tell me what happened.
Well, let's say the real thing here. I think I pulled that whole shot, but somebody with a new car wanted to come all the way out into my lane. So I was grabbing that cutting brake in fifth gear, and it was really close to dying out. So honestly, I'm happy with the second place. That could have ruined my race right away. So all in all, I'm pretty happy.
Well, it seems like you're a great driver. Yesterday you had a little, mishap, but you got it all together, especially with that land rush start. And it speaks volumes of how you are as a driver. It seems like, if things are thrown your way, it's like, I'll worry about that, I'll deal with it, and then just keep on going. And that's what I love about you, and especially in this vehicle.
Yeah, once I came out third after that, and once I saw Trey pass me, I was like, all right, I got to really buckle down and really push towards him. And I did. I had some really good lines, and the track was really grooving up, and it was really tough to stay inside and try to make different passes in each lane. And I got really close sometimes, but I'm excited if he keeps running this series, and we're going to have some fun battles throughout the year. And I want to thank all the people that support me. Ponce North America, Michael Meister Logging, Never Lift Apparel Armor Coat, Jet Hot Performance Coating, Southside Tire of Anago, Hobbytown USA Revolution Raceway. My dad, happy Father's Day, Dad. It's awesome to be able to do this with you. And then my girlfriend Caitlin, and then Brad keeping me nice and calm out on the spotter stand, and always good buddy, and we work well together, and it's always fun. He keeps me calm up there.
Well, I always love watching you drive. You've done a great job this weekend. Congratulations. Heading over here to our third place podium finisher, Mike Hester. Mike, I love talking to you. Yesterday you were getting there, you were so close, and you were getting things together, and then today you finally put it on the box in third place. I know here in Crandon, especially for Father's Day, it's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, absolutely. It's a great feeling. Kind of choked me up with the Father's Day thing there, sorry. But, yesterday we got a good hole shot. We dropped in right behind Trey. Car was running perfect up until we had an electrical issue, and then it was just cut off dead. So that took us out yesterday. We got that fixed last night. Started on the back road today. Got a good hole shot off at the start there. Dropped in third or fourth place and made it right up, and then hung in third the whole time. Having a little bit of trouble with the jumps. We had made some suspension changes, so it's nosing over just a little bit. So those guys were able to pull away from me just a little bit. So I was hoping I'd be right up there in the mix with those guys. It's always fun doing that.
Well, you pretty much were up there. I know they were battling quite a way, and sometimes to capitalize on that, you let 1 and 2 kind of battle, and sometimes they take themselves out, and you just kind of go in for the win.
I was really hoping that was going to. There was one time I saw them get really close together coming down into the corner, and I thought I'm in the perfect spot to just go right by on the inside, but it didn't happen. The guys raced pretty clean together, and it was a fun race. So I'd really like to thank our sponsors, Sign Producer out of Orlando, Florida, Precision Automotive out of Georgia, Sloan's Automotive in Orlando, JL Golding Pressure Washing in Orlando as well, and Betch Engineering out of Tavares.
Well, it's always good talking to you, Mike. I love seeing that smile. I didn't mean to get you a little choked up on there, but it's always good to see you down here. A big congratulations to our top 3 finishers, and back up to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Tiffany Stone, doing a great job down there with those podiums.